Oh, I got all these dangly things hanging up there. Mmm. Mead. This bottle's not one that I made. Hi everyone. I'm Tim, apprentice at Gray School. 7th year apprentice. Actually, I'm gonna keep drinking that. In the Lifeways department. And I wanted to put together a short video on a project that I'm working on for one of my lessons. Oh, I forgot a bunch of stuff downstairs. I'll be right back. I suppose I could start the video over, but I don't care that much. I'm not going to. So I've been working on this project, and I've got a ways to go. But in my advertising that I am running for Prefect for the Shadows Lodge, excuse me, I wanted to share some of what I've been working on. There is an upcoming moot, end of term moot, and I'll be doing a short presentation during that on my project. I'm creating altars for 5 different departments at the Gray School. Let's start with the wizardry department first. I've gotten some vellum, and on the vellum I've inked in the departmental symbol using some magical ink. It'll go up on aforementioned altar, which I have none in this room as of yet, because this is not where it's going to go. They're eventually going, oh, that's too heavy to move. They're eventually going to go over my office, my computer space, down in my main living space. But I have these vellum symbols, spells, things that I've created, or that I'm using the Gray School's work to create these things to help inspire me to do more work in those departments. I'm then going to make altar tools kind of in the coloring of each department. I have a purple heartwood handled athame with a kind of a purplish blade. It's a stained glass blade. I like fabricating interesting looking tools. I have a purple wand, purple gemmed wand. I'm going to use a purple beeswax candle to make a chalice out of it. You know, I melt the wax and kind of form it into the shape of a chalice. I have one here out of green wax. And then I'm working on the pantacle aspect, and a symbol that I use, that I created a while back, that is the symbol of wizardry for me. I'm going to inscribe it or inlay it into a piece of wood. And in the chalice, I have from the Tree of Wisdom in Glendale, California. Yeah, this is cool. This is a bristlecone, pine cone, a bristlecone from the bristlecone tree, the Tree of Wisdom in Glendale, California. If you're out there, you can hike up to see it. It's a cool tree. I highly recommend doing it. And I've crumbled it up, and I'm going to put some of the pine cone dust into my chalice to kind of inspire that wisdom of the wizardry department. I then have a piece of vellum for the dark arts department. I haven't done any work on it yet. It's waiting. I've gotten sidetracked. I have kids. My father came over to visit today. I got all kinds of stuff I'm doing. It's easy for me to get sidetracked. But again, I'll ink in the dark arts department onto this piece of vellum. And the project is for 5 different school departments. So I've picked the wizardry department, the dark arts department, the wart cutting department, Lifeways department, and the healing department as the 5 departments that I'm kind of inspired by. I have some black wax that I'm going to use to make a chalice. I already have this kind of pentacle slate shale piece of rock that I found a while back, and someone else had inscribed on it the Star of David and the Eye of Horus. There's another word for it, I can never remember it. But there's an eye on one side and a Star of David on the other side. I'm gonna shape it into a pentacle a little bit better. And that's my dark arts pentacle. And then I have a piece of wood, and a nice black crystal that I'm going to use to create my wand for the dark arts department. This is the other half of my Lifeways department wand. So it was originally a walking stick, and I cut it in half, and I used half of it for my Lifeways wand, and the other half is being used for my dark arts wand. And then I've got some black Hawaiian lava salt that I'm going to put into the chalice. Salt absorbs, and the black salt is, well, dark arts, and there's some other correspondences that I don't remember right now, and I've got the books, I could look it up, but I haven't, and I've forgotten. But that's for the dark arts. I then have my vellum for the wart cutting department. And of course, I've not done any work on it. I've gotten sidetracked. But I have a green crystalled wand. It's actually on a piece of elder wood. That's a bunch of my wands are on elder wood. I like that. I already have the green chalice made out of green beeswax. The pantacle that I'm working on for the wart cutting department is the symbol Anahata, the heart symbol. I think I'm holding it the right way. I think it's this way. And it just speaks to me in regards to like the heart pumping is very earthy. Life, green, life, heart. It seems fitting, and I'll put it onto a nice piece of wood. Maybe do some polyurethane on it. And then I have some seeds to put into the green chalice. And these are supposed to be saffron seeds. I've yet to get them to sprout. I would love to get them to sprout. I've got hundreds of them here. So that's the wart cutting department. I'm going to do the Lifeways department last because that's my own personal department, the department that I'm majoring in. But then I have the healing department, and again, it's blank. The vellum is blank, but it'll have the departmental symbol inked onto it. Vellum is leather. It's skin. It was alive. I already have an athame that I made. I made this. God, like 20 years ago I made this blade. And I gifted it to my brother. And it had a blue cord on it. And then he gifted it back to me a couple years ago. And it's steel. But its look, its color, like blue and gray are very similar. And I believe at one point in time, they were considered like the same color. And so because it already had blue cord on it, I'm using it as the athame for my healing department. I have some blue beeswax that I'm going to make into a chalice for the healing department. I'm working on the pentacle. I've not gotten anything yet for the healing department. But then I have a wand. It's elderwood with a piece of blue kyanite. And then, kind of going along with the staff of healing, you know, the stereotype is the two snakes around it with the wings. But I was doing some research, and apparently, allegedly, air quotes, that's not the first or original healing staff. It's supposed to have one snake around it, the staff of Asclepius. I can't pronounce it. I've had a little bit of mead, so my tongue's a little loose. But I had a snake skin, and so I wrapped the snake skin around the staff, and then I used some Mod Podge glue to like get it really nice and glued on there, and now it's all shiny. It's kind of cool. I like it. My healing departmental wand. And then we come to the Lifeways department. And of course I've got the Lifeways department symbol inked on with magical ink. It's got some correspondences associated with it. I don't have the inks up here, so I can't see exactly what they are. But then I have another Purple Heart wood athame with the kind of bluish, purplish pink stained glass. And I'm kind of torn a little bit about using this, but I may not. I may change it. Not sure yet. That's an athame for this department. Kind of pinkish, purplish red. I've got a rose-ish piece of beeswax to make my chalice out of. I've got a copper candle bowl that I'm going to make the pantacle out of. I might kind of cut it so that it's in the shape of a pentacle and lay it flat so that I can put a candle in it. I think that'd be kind of cool. And do some engravings into the copper. And then I've got my Lifeways wand. And this used to be a walking stick. and it's been in my basement for over a year now. And it may be backwards in the video, but it's Rose, R-O-S-E, in runes engraved into it, because that's what I had named it. I had a giant pink crystal orb attached to it. And so I got to fiddling around thinking, oh, I could make a big wand out of that. And Adeptus has got this cool thing with his wand that I was like, I want to be able to do that. I've got a pink, kind of pinkish purple quartz on the end. But the thing that I figured out was getting my wand to do that. And I saw Adeptus do this at the passing of the torch, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And so I figured out how to do it on my own wand. I've even gone so far on this one to add a little hidden spot in which I can carry an acorn, which is like a druidic sign of life. I've read that witches used to pass each other acorns in the woods to identify that they belonged. The acorn's a badass thing. Excuse my language. This acorn is cool. Acorns are fantastic. This one's from California. I've only got a couple of them left. So that is my Lifeways department wand. It's got a little hidden compartment in the handle. Rose, which is the Rose department in runes on the actual handle. And then again, I just love that it does that. It's so much fun. So, with that, my wizardly friends, I'll bid you adieu. And don't forget to vote for me for Prefect of the Shadows Lodge.